All right, guys, welcome back. And now let's look at the features of this tool. First off, let me to access patrol. This very one here, which is for device control and DLP, data loss prevention. So click on access patrol, and this is the dashboard. This is the first place it takes us. So you can have an overview of what's going on. Let's go to manage, and you have to select the specific department that you want the policy to apply to. If I hover my mouse here, this is device permission, and this is allowed list, so more or less like white list. And this is a device report, so we can actually create a report that we share with the senior management. We can also drop an email address where we get a notification of what's going on. Email alert, and here you can actually schedule or block file transfer within the network, exclusion list, and you can also go ahead and delete data. So let's go to this first one, device permissions, and you could see a whole lot of devices can be blocked from this interface. So all devices, full access, device permission 4. So by default, this will apply to computers folder, but you can actually narrow down to the specific department. So I've only got a PC in sales. So let's select sales department. We can actually prevent sales from using USB or CD DVD, floppy tape, external drive, SD card, Firewire, a host of stuff here. Bluetooth could be blocked, infrared, or even denying them access to Wi-Fi adapter, which means the device won't be able to connect to a wireless network. So keyboard and mouse and a whole lot of other stuff here. Now what I like here is a file hosting, cloud storage. Think of personal cloud storage like Dropbox, OneDrive, Google Drive. If you want to store confidential information of your company in your personal cloud storage, it's going to be blocked. Everything is full access by default, but we can actually block unauthorized cloud storage here. So we'll be testing this out. I'll be using Dropbox when I get to test this guy out. Okay, so this prevents users or computers from accessing websites and desktop applications of cloud storage providers. We have Google Drive, OneDrive, Dropbox, etc. All right. We come to this later. You can actually block the USB Ethernet adapter, sound cards, printers, and one good thing I like here is portable devices like iPhones, mobile phones could be blocked. So especially those that want to connect their mobile devices to their official laptops in order to charge those mobile devices. So you can actually block these mobile phones from connecting to the USB ports of official systems. All right. So let's take a look at USB removable disk. Okay, so let's use this as a case study. If I go over here to the top of this machine, let me bring down this machine. All right, so this is Windows Server 2022. So here on the devices, I can actually go to USB and can actually select the USB. So on my physical machine that is hosting these virtual machines, I've attached a SanDisk. Let me actually show you this. So this is the virtual Windows 10, and this is the virtual box where all these guys are running. So this is my physical machine hosting the virtual box. And if I open File Explorer here, you are going to see that I've got a USB SanDisk attached to this physical machine. So I cannot actually see this USB device on the virtual machine on VirtualBox. So let's bring up the Windows 10 virtual machine. And at the top of this Windows 10, we have devices, and then we'll go to USB. So I can actually select the USB SanDisk. And what will happen is that this virtual machine will now be able to access this USB device by simply going to devices, USB, and selecting the flash drive. So let me bring up this Windows 10 a little bit. and go to the file explorer of this Windows 10 machine, and you should be able to see that the USB device is actually showing up here. So I can access this USB device on this virtual machine, but let's go and block it from the CurrentWare server. So I'm going over to my server 2022. All right, so let's bring up the server again. I'm just trying to adjust it a little bit. And let's say the USB removable devices will need to do no access. So nobody within the sales department, including that Windows 10 PC, should be able to use USB devices. And what we do is scroll down to the bottom of this window and you can see apply, which means that Windows 10 won't be able to access that flash again. So there's a warning message as well as to what message should display on the screen when the access is denied. So you go to message box, you can actually customize this message here. So I think I'm good with what is here already. Your IT administrator has prevented you from accessing this device. You probably want to make it something of a company policy. So you could say Fibertrain's company's policy does not allow you to use this device. So I'm good with what is already here by default. And let's go ahead and apply this policy. So click on apply here. Permission applied successfully to sales department. So let's test this out. Go over to the Windows 10 machine that has the USB. So you could see the message displayed. Your IT administrator has prevented you from accessing this device. It's actually a USB SanDisk device. All right, that's fine. So I was able to open that flash before now, but I won't be able to access it again because there is a policy preventing me from doing so. So access is denied. All right, so let me go over to the CurrentWare server and I'm going to remove this device from no access and put it on full access. Apply once again and go over to the Windows 10 machine, the virtual Windows 10. I only need to refresh here and you can see that I should be able now to access this flash, right? So that policy is working effectively. So let me go over again to the CurrentWare server and I'm going to make some changes here. So on the Windows 10 machine, let's assume that an employee wants to copy this software out. This software belongs to this organization. What if an employee wants to steal data? So let's assume that an employee takes this software and he wants to take it out of the official system by using a USB to copy this data out. So it's actually stealing this data. So the employee has successfully copied this data into this flash. What if the employee also moved something from this machine, from this flash over to this machine? So look at what can we move now. So let's say we move this file over to the desktop from the flash. Let's say we create a new folder and we name it test folder. So just trying to generate activities within this flash and the Windows 10 operating system that we are using here. Now I have been able to copy a company's software. We are assuming this is purchased by this company, and we copied it out to an external hard drive without the permission or consent of IT department, and also moved something from the flash over to this machine and also created a folder here. Let's say we deleted this folder, or maybe we accidentally deleted a corporate document. So so you can paint a lot of scenario here, but let's go over all these activities that has taken place can be captured, monitored as it were by the CurrentWare server. So we'll go over to the CurrentWare server and we're going to close this for now. So yeah, so we close this guy, and you know that all of those permission configuration is done here under device permissions. And here we are going to go to device reports, so we can generate reports of what has been going on within the network. Now, a whole lot of report types are available here. File operation history has to do with copied files, created files, or deleted files. But they can also check for other things. All devices that are accessed or devices that are blocked. Okay, so it depends really on what you want to check. For now, I want to check who has created a folder, who has copied, who has deleted, and all that. So leave it on file operation history, all types of files, be it PDF, Excel, etc. Now, we need to define which department we want to track. So let's select sales, because that's where we have a user currently. So sales department, and this should, let me scroll down, we should be able to save. All right, so click on select, and so sales department is about to be monitored in terms of file operation history. We'll just leave it for today, but it can actually go way back, right? So you can go to last month, or you can even customize it and check for what happened last year or thereabout. So here you can actually go all the way back to many years ago, right? Depending on how long you've been using this software. So I'm just going to run the report. Okay, this should be on today, right? And run a report of file operation history. Let's see what the PC01 has been up to. So you have to be careful. Your pop-up, your browser will prevent these reports. Okay, so here at the top of my browser, I'm going to say allow pop-up. Okay, so come back again and run the reports. And this is the report in a PDF format. So you actually see a table of contents, which means that other PCs will be listed. In this very one, this is PC01. And we scroll down, we see what activities has taken place. So the user name of that PC and the group that the PC belongs, which is sales department, and the date that the activities took place, right? So a file or a folder was deleted, right? First off, we copied something, right? So we copied something to the desktop of this machine, what we copied was an executable file, right? And actually is CW client setup. We actually copied it. The source is the desktop, while the destination is the drive E, which is the flash drive, right? Apart from copying, we created a folder. The source is not available because the folder was created on the flash drive, which is drive E. We renamed that folder. So this actually is the sequence of events. The last event that happened was to copy a file. Actually, that was the first. Okay, so first event is at the bottom here. We copied a software from the PC to the flash, and we created a folder. We went ahead and renamed that folder to test folder. Okay, so you know, when a folder is created, originally the name by default will be new folder, but it was renamed to test folder, and that test folder was later deleted. So you can actually track the file operation history of all PCs within your environment if you're using CurrentWare. So that's the size of this video. We are going to get back and then see other policies that we can set up in this tool. So if you have found value in this, kindly support this channel, subscribe, like, and share this video so that others can also discover it. See you in the next video where we begin to explore more policies in this tool. Bye for now.